Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Over the last couple of days, loads of you have asked me for an India versus Pakistan aerial simulation, but you didn't specify exactly what you wanted simulating, so I've just decided to go for the whole hog, the entire Indian Air Force versus the entire Pakistan Air Force. Now, when we run these mass Air Force battles, it's impossible to run it plane for plane because there's just too many. So instead, we're doing a 1/10 scale, but otherwise proportional battle. Today, Pakistan will be blue in the north. India will be red. We'll be battling over the Caucasus Mountains in Georgia, today representing the heights of Kashmir. First, Air Force overview. Pakistan Air Force as of 2025 combat aircraft 153 JF-17 Thunder, a small Indo-Chinese built fighter, consisting 50 JF-17A Block 1, 62 JF-17A Block 2, 26 JF-17B Block 2, and 15 of the new AESA-equipped JF-17C Block 3. Also, American F-16s, total 85 A, B, C and D, consisting 37 F-16A Block 15 midlife upgrade and 17 two-seaters, 9 F-16A Block 15 ADF and 4 two-seaters, and 12 F-16C Block 52 Plus and 6 two-seaters. Also, older aircraft, 60 F-7PG. You pretty much know it as the MiG-21, it's the Chinese-built version. Brand new aircraft, 20 Mighty Dragons from China, J-10C export. Finally, some old French Mirages, 135 Mirage 3 and 139 Mirage 5, total 592 combat aircraft. Also, AEW, 4 ZDK-03 and 8 Saab 2000. Against India, combat aircraft as of 2025, 36 French Rafale, 35 indigenous Tejas. Sorry for pronunciation, I'm just going to call it Tejas today. The mainstay is Russian Su-30 MKI, a flanker, 259. Older MiG-29, 59. French Mirage 2000H, and it's interesting to see that French aircraft are on both sides today, 46. There are 40 MiG-21-2000, so a modern variant of the MiG-21. And finally, attack aircraft, 113 Jaguars. Total, 588 combat aircraft. And the first thing to say is, isn't it a coincidence how similar they are in numbers? India, 588, Pakistan, 592. A mixture on both sides of modern and old. AEW, Embraer R9, and the massive Russian Beriev A50. Next, we need to go into the details. This shows you the validity of how I've researched everything and set everything up. You can skip it if you want, but I suggest you stay. So if we start with Pakistan, I set the blues up first. I started here with 15 JF-17 Thunder, today played by Block 1.5. In fact, I should say all aircraft are AI today because my guys refuse to fly modern jets nowadays, so it has to be AI. And all are veteran skill level, so everything is the same. Armament, 4 beyond visual range missiles, SD-10A, that's the missiles they do use. You may know it as PL-12, and 2 close range PL-5E2 and fuel tanks. So that's a pretty decent representation. Next, another airfield, we have 9 F-16s. Today, all played by F-16C Block 50. Pakistan uses AMRAAMs, and I checked the latest order was 500 AIM-120 C5 models in 2011, so that's what we've got here, C5s. Range about 50 miles, which I should say is about the same range as the SD-10 or PL-12 on the JF-17 Thunder. As well as that, one Sidewinder and fuel tanks. Next, we have the Mighty Dragons, 2 of them, sorry about the graphics. Today's liveries will be wrong in some cases, I only have a certain amount of liveries to use. From what I could see online, their Mighty Dragons use the very modern Chinese PL-15 missile with a large range, although they use the export variant, which is deliberately nerfed down to 90 miles range, but I don't have it, so they're going to have to use the full-blooded version at 120 miles range, PL-15, and close range missiles and a fuel tank. And to the older stuff, I've set Pakistan having their more modern jets on the front lines, and in the rear, the older stuff. First, J7 or MiG-21. From what I could see online, they do not use beyond visual range missiles on the Pakistan MiG-21s or J7s. Instead, they can use different short-range IR-guided missiles, and I've put a nominal missile here, the R-60M. As well as that, Mirage 3, aging 1960s fighters. Again, I had a look. Now, I read that there was the potential to have them upgraded to carry beyond visual range PL-12s, but it was never actually integrated, so they only actually use close-range IR-guided weapons. I got the correct one from what I could find, the PL-5E2. Chinese Sidewinder, you might as well call it. And again, everything in the right quantity, so 6 F7s, 14 Mirage 3s. Finally, 14 Mirage 5s. For these, I don't have Mirage 5 in DCS, so I've used Mirage 3, just a two-seater variant, so it looks a little different. And we've got four close-range IR-guided missiles as well, which I believe is what they can carry in real life. So that's the best research I could do on the Pakistan Air Force, and the closest I can get to what I have available. Next, on to India. So I had to decide how to set India out with the threat of Pakistan. Pakistan is going to be charging up first with its modern 4th-gen fighters. So I figured for India, let's do something a bit different. Rather than match their tactic, let's send our older jets or our less capable jets up first to act as a shield to try and wear the Pakistanis down. Then we'll progressively send more modern jets in. I think it will just be a bit more interesting that way. So 2 nominal frontline air bases, total 11 Jaguars, British-French attack aircraft, not really equipped for air-to-air, but neither are the Mirage 3s and the Mirage 5s on Pakistan, to be honest. Sadly, we don't have the awesome Jaguar, but we do have a similar performing aircraft, the F5E, 2 moderately old Sidewinders as per the Jaguars. Next, we have this base here. We start with the MiG-21-2000s, if you can see them. And the best information I could find is that they are equipped with the Mark 1 R-77 Adder from Russia. So that's what we've got here, and we've upgraded the radar to be the 2000 variant. Close range missiles, there's a small visual bug here. There is a missile on that pylon there, it's just not showing for some reason, but it will fire, so just ignore that. There will be some small graphical glitches today, don't worry too much about them. Next we have 5 Mirage 2000H, played by Mirage 2000-5, which is pretty much the same as a H. Sorry for the old model here, but it's the best we've got. We've got 4 Micas, 2 RF, 2 IR, and some closer range magics. Then we have MiG-29s, 6 MiG-29s, 4 R-77 Adder, the Mark 1s, and 2 defensive R-73 Archers for close range, and then the bulk of the Air Force, which is, of course, well, in this case, 26 Su-30 MKI, each equipped with a massive amount of missiles. So I had to decide which missiles it was going to carry. I found that there are 2 main beyond visual range air-to-air missiles it carries, the Astra and the IWER. The Astra is indigenous Indian built, the IWER is Israeli built. Both have a range of about 50 miles, roughly equivalent to the AMRAAM and the PL-12 on the Pakistan side, so it's going to be pretty equal technology-wise. I wasn't sure which it would use in real life, so I've gone for 4 IWERs and 4 Astra Mark 1s. Now, the Astra is a developmental indigenous missile, and it has several variants, each with very different performance and range. But I've looked on Wikipedia, and Astra Mark 1 is the only one that's actually operational. Mark 2 and Mark 3 and IR, which have much longer ranges, are trial phase, and design phase. So Mark 1 only is what they can use, apparently. So that's what we're using. Mark 1, range about 50 miles, and a couple of R-73Ms for close range defense. And as I said, that's going to be the backbone. And finally, last base, a couple of really interesting aircraft that they've gone for. First, French Rafale. It's going to be equipped with, again, this may be controversial, but finding this information out is surprisingly difficult. The Rafale, in reality, is integrated for Meteor. Now, does India have Meteor missiles at the moment integrated on their Rafales? Well, I found 2 websites saying that it is, and 2 saying that it's not going to be integrated till 2027. So I don't know which is right. So I've gone for the websites that say they have it now, and I've allowed the Meteors. Like I said, it's kind of hard to find this information. So 4 Meteors, a bunch of fuel because it's starting far away, and a couple of close range or closer range IR guided missiles. Finally, their indigenous Tejas. We didn't have it in DCS, so we had to make it. I got Dark to make it for me quickly out of a Mirage 2000 body with Tejas radar and equipment. So it's going to carry a total of 4 Astra Mark 1s, range 50 miles, and a couple of IR self-defense missiles. And that's it, viewers. That's all the boring stuff, and I had jolly good fun setting it all up. Today is not a tactical battle, obviously. It's too hard to do tactical battles and entire air forces. It's a straight-up grudge match, mass battle, as we like to do. And quickly, just in case you're interested, I've done 3 more before. First, I did the entire Russian Air Force versus the entire Chinese Air Force. I won't ruin it for you if you want to go and see it. I've done the entire US Air Force versus the entire Chinese Air Force and Navy. And I've done US Air Force versus the US Navy and USMC. All good fun battles. All I've got to do now is have a prediction. Who's going to win? Well, I don't know because I haven't actually run it through. I've done a bit of testing, but that's it. Well, both have 590 aircraft, so there's nothing to separate there. Both have modern and both have old fighters, so there's nothing to separate it there. My way of running a prediction is, let's say I was a third party, a neutral, and I had to battle against both. Which would I be most scared of, or what would I be most scared of? I gotta say, it's got to be the 260 Su-30s from India. So many of those. Each has loads of missiles, a decent radar. On their own, each aircraft may not be as good as an F-16, but 85 F-16s versus 260 Su-30s. I just don't think they can do it. So my money's probably on India, but I don't know, and we never know how these things work out, so stand by for battle. And go, starting at 1100 Zulu time over the Caucasus Mountains. Right, let's go and have a look at some planes before they take off. First, Thunder, single engine, Indo-Chinese design, with PL-12 missiles today. Next is going to be the F-16s and the Mighty Dragons. Oh no, they're not here. That's because for some reason, this base here seems to be bugged at the moment. The aircraft crash when they take off, which is not much use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn them in airborne just over the runway, and I'll do it in time that the JF-17s take off. So there's no kind of unfairness there. So you'll just see them appear. Next, we've got J7 with its very funky Harkonnen livery. Taxiing over there is Mirage 3s. Again, liveries are not realistic today because we operate and maintain so many mods. I can't obviously operate every Air Force's livery as well. It's just impossible. And finally, Mirage 5s. Today played by Mirage 3 Swiss. Again, close range weapons. And over to India. What we got going on? We've got Jaguars. Awesome little British-French attack aircraft. Interestingly, started life as a training aircraft, but they figured it was so good, they put it into frontline service. Today, of course, played by F5E. Next, we've got MiG-29 in some funky Russian colours. Hulking great Cold War relic, but very impressive aircraft. Listen to those RD-33 engines. Brilliant. I'm lucky enough to have seen them perform in a few air shows. Next is Mirage 2000-5 playing a H, which is pretty much the same. Waiting for its chance to take off. Next, we have Mirage 21-2000. Modernised version of the MiG-21, still in service, but not for long, I doubt. In case you skip the briefing, they do have beyond visual range missiles. They can use them, but there's a bug. You can't see that one. Look at those smoky RD-33s. DCS is so impressive, viewers, isn't it? Bit of a bitch to work with, but really impressive. Next, Su-30 MKIs. Really impressive aircraft, backbone of today's combat. With her 4 IDARBY ERs, her 4 Astra Mark 1s, and her defensive weapons. Just imagine being at this airbase and watching this happen, viewers. Really gets my adrenaline up. AWACS is not realistic today, don't worry about that. Tejas, already taken off, and off we go. Played by the body of a Mirage 2000, but we've plugged in the data for the Tejas. And finally, French Rafale with its long-range Meteor missiles. I'm sure some of you will say they exist, and some of you will say they don't exist. I don't really know what the answer is, because I'm not Indian, and I haven't got time to read every single website in Indian out there. Right, we can see that the first F-16s are jumping in. As I said, they can't operate from the runway because it crashes the... Oh my god, what's that? Oh, I thought... My eyes saw a bunch of smoke there for some reason, like something had blown up, so... I guess that's how you can tell I'm a true Grim Reaper. I see smoke everywhere. Armed with AIM-120C-5 missiles, range 50 miles as per real life. And that's it, guys. I've done the best I can to get close to real life with the time that I have available, and I think I've done a moderately good job at it. While we're waiting, guys, just one question I have for you is that Pakistan has a large but moderate population, I think about 100 million people. India has a massive population, I think about 1 billion people. Sorry if I've got that wrong, but many-fold more than Pakistan. So in that case, and presumably a massive increased GDP over Pakistan. So in that case, why does India only have, well, about the equivalent air force of Pakistan? It's weird, isn't it? You'd expect it to be 10 times bigger. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Septicat Jaguar on the way, played by F5. We have a love for the Jaguar in DCS because one of our full-time members used to fly the Jaguar in the RAF for his sins. Sounds sound good, don't they, viewers? I think they've improved the sounds lately in-game. Speaking of sounds, I want to take my 2-year-old to go and see the F-15s at RAF Lakenheath next to me, the 48 Air Wing. We went there last time and they weren't there. The entire base was evacuated. Not a single plane flew. So I'm hoping they're back now from wherever they've gone. 60 miles between belligerents. If you're wondering why they're not firing long-range missiles already, well, their altitudes are too low for it. 19,000 feet, for instance. These guys over here, 19,000 feet as well. Remember, missile ranges are dynamic. They can only be achieved if fired at optimal parameters, i.e. 40,000 feet for aggressor and defender and hot supersonic. Anything less, in terms of altitude or speed or aspect, and the missiles have nowhere near the range. Something I'm trying to drum into people at the moment. Well, we've got time to burn. This AMRAAM here has a range of 50 miles or just about, maybe even slightly more. But in a tail chase, low down, you'll be lucky to get 4 miles. F-16's going tactical. Range 40 miles. We're coming into the envelope of the missiles now based on the parameters we have here. First to fire will almost certainly be the Thunders. By all accounts, a pretty good aircraft. I guess you call it a poor man's F-16. Well, I'm surprised we haven't had missiles out yet. They don't have to fire at their maximum range. They may fire at what they call no escape range, but there's a much bigger probability of hit. That's probably what they're doing now. 25 nautical miles between foes. First missile out. It is a PL-12 from a Thunder, smashing over the Kashmiri hills. Searching probably for a Jaguar. Yep, definitely for a Jaguar. 4 missiles out, 5 missiles out, cost of $2 million. 1 Jaguar down, 1 Jaguar defending. Very fast missiles, very difficult to defend against. He's doing a damn fine job. Look at that. 4 Jaguars down. Loads more missiles coming out. It's going to happen very fast now, viewers. Another Jaguar about to go down. So my idea in the Indian planning would be that we just soak up these missiles, wear the Pakistanis down a bit, and then bring in the knockout blow of the Su-30s. I don't think a single Jaguar is going to survive this. 6 Jags down, 14 missiles fired, 7 Jags down, 8 Jags down. Matrix will be spinning in his grave, even though he's not dead. 9 Jags down. So that's 90 Jaguars shot down. That's 100 Jaguars shot down. And that is 110. Oh, gosh, finally got an AMRAAM out. 110 Jaguars shot down. Right, next. Okay, now the MiG-29s are in, and they are 100% already engaging with adders. Old plane, but still dangerous. It's the Adder Mark 1, range 40 miles compared to the 50 miles of the Pakistan missiles. That said, it's a good missile. It's a fenced missile here, so it's high drag, high maneuverability. Very different doctrine to the American. And there's the problem with Strake. It's so draggy, it's been outrun by a relatively measly powered Thunder. ST-10 comes in, smashes that guy. Another one, ST-10 PL-12. Who was that? That was MiG-21-2000. Okay, we've got one MiG-29 down, one MiG-21 down, all Jaguars down, 2 Thunders down. Now we've got long-range missiles coming in from the Pakistani F-16s. 13 red losses, 2 blue losses. More AMRAAMs popping in now. We've got a Mica shot at super long range, an RF variant. Doesn't look to be dangerous. Trying loads of blue missiles out. Longer range than the Indian missiles. More MiG-29s firing adders here. Again, the missile just not fast as the American AMRAAM. That said, he flew right into it. Astra's now coming out. The Su-30s are in now, and they've got so many missiles. Look at those Astras wiggle. Wowee. Oh, I might as well just shut up now, because what am I going to... It's just a giant Kashmiri mess. 21 red planes down, 6 blue planes down. Let's try and catch an Astra, today played by the body of a AMRAAM, but with the parameters of an Astra. Shot really fast, shot well supersonic. We've got an IW-ER here. 29 Indians down, 13 Pakistanis down, 30 Indians down. So many missiles fired by the Su-30s. They are just giant missile factories. Well, this is a bloody brilliant battle, as we say, viewers. Just absolutely menacing. We've got this Astra I'm going to try and catch. Boom, F-16 down, 31 Indians down, 22 Pakistanis down. Where did that come from? Just a hail of IDARBs, Micas and Astras absolutely smashed the Pakis down. That was what I was worried about, the Su-30s, because they're just missile factories, long-range radar, pretty long-range missiles. They can just dominate. Most IW-ERs now smashing into these F-16s are slow, but they might still wiggle them down. 1100 knots, 1000 knots, 900 knots, just not fast enough to escape. IW-ER, the extended range variant of the IW from Israel. I think it's an export missile only. 700 knots, 600 knots, F-16 escapes. No, it's a Mighty Dragon. Last Mighty Dragon, the other one's been shot down. Oh, it's used all of its PL-15. I didn't even see those PL-15s come out. But they've spammed. That's probably what did a lot of the killing. I'm sure you guys saw it. Right. 35 Indians down. 25 Pakistanis down. And every single modern Pakistani fighter is now being shot down, apart from one Mighty Dragon. It's been chased by a 400-knot IW-ER. So now Pakistan has more aircraft left, as you can see, but they're much older fighters with much less ability. Let's see what's left of the Indian side. 350 planes shot down of just under 600, so about 40% left. They've got Su-30s, they've got Tejas, they've got Rafale, and that's it. Against Mirage 3. That's 260 Pakistanis shot down. Boom. Nothing it could do. Doesn't have the technology for the fight. Boom. Although it does have an air-to-air radar, the Mirage 3 is primarily an attack aircraft, used for limited ground attack. Another Astra smashing into combat, fired it high and fast. Mirage 3 down. The only way... It's a bad combination for Pakistan here, because the only way the Mirages can win this is by overwhelming, but they can't overwhelm because these Su-30s have so many modern weapons, they just do not run out. I haven't even filled them up fully. Such powerful fighters, giant behemoths. Very little Mirages can do now. They're trying low, they're trying high, they're trying sideways, they're trying front. But these missiles just find a way of booming. MiG-21s, but they're old variants. We've finally got a missile out, an R-60. And it's already lost track. No idea why. And a dogfight. So this is the only way that Pakistan can win, forcing these dogfights, where they can just overwhelm them like ants on a spider and just jump on its back. Shot down by a long-range missile. Wow, look at that view. Oh, wow. 390 Pakistan aircraft down. Look at that. Astras flying everywhere. Just so many missiles that they have. I've wiped out the entire western flank of Mirages. Mirage 5's coming in now, but they're not much use. The mighty Dragon that survived is finally on its way back after running away. But it's got no missiles. It's used all its PL-15s already. The problem is the Pakistani jets just don't have enough missiles. And this guy's about to eat an Astra. 5 and probably nearly Mark 2. Zero chance, yo. Bye-bye, mighty Dragon. It's just cleaning up operations now. Tejas, finally! Tejas is getting some blood. Used all his long-range missiles. This guy firing. Tejas firing Astras. Jesus, that's fast. Look how fast that is. Big descent from 40,000 feet. Mirage 5. It's only going to one way from here, viewers. Well, brilliant start from Pakistan, but it just fell apart when their main planes just ran out of ammo. Or more importantly, just started getting chewed up by the huge waves of Astras and Darbys. Just the dregs now. This guy's got close, but he's not doing a great job. I think he's just overly saturated at this point. Oh, don't lose your wings. Oh, they may even get the AWACS. Look, they've got a meteor coming in from space against the AWACS. Right, here we go. Tejas charging in. Look how aggressive they are. And they've got no missiles, so it's going to be a mergy-wergy. I'll take that right back. God, he went in so fast, he's got to slow down so he can turn. Astra coming in. Really efficient cleanup going on here. Oh, look, could there be some friendly fire here? Fail. Just overwhelmed. Just overwhelmed by just sheer whatever. Come on, use your damn missiles. That's what they're there for. Leave him alone, he's already dead. Well, viewers, what a thrashing. So, let's go over scoreboard. Indian losses, 350 aircraft, 50 Mirage 2000s, all Mirage 2000s, all Mirage MiG-29, all MiG-21 2000s, all Jaguars, 90 Su-30s, but no Rafales, so only 40% of the Su-30s, no Rafales, and no Tejas. The missiles they used were 156 mixed beyond visual range missiles and 12 close range missiles, at least what we caught on the scoreboard. Cost to India, $1.1 billion. Pakistan, well, it says 460 aircraft lost. Obviously, I've missed something off the scoreboard. It looks like I've missed the Mirage 5s off. So the entire Pakistan Air Force gone. 150 JF-17, 9 F-16s. Well, you know what I mean. 60 MiG-21 old variants, 14 Mirage 3s, 14 Mirage 5s, and the 2 or 20 Mighty Dragons they have. They fired a total of 74 beyond visual range missiles. There's your problem. Not enough missiles fired. Not enough missiles carried. Not enough missiles fired. Same technology, equal technology, not enough. And one within visual range missile. The old fighters they couldn't do what they wanted to do. But they're old fighters, so what do you want to do? Taxpayer cost $1.6 billion. That's it, viewers. I'm not sure what you want to run from there, but it was really exciting. I didn't have any skin in the game. I didn't really care who won, but I'm perfectly happy for India to win. What won it? As I said, bigger fighters, many more missiles, but otherwise equal technology. Just ran rampant over the other side. I hope you enjoyed that, viewers, and bye-bye.